All right, we'll just get started. If a few agents are going to join us, and of course, this is going to get recorded, and we're going to send it to every agent. Today, sorry about that. Let me turn this off. So today we have an announcement, a few announcements to make, and then David is going to take over, and he's going to talk a little bit about what you should be doing as an agent right now in order to get more business, right? At the end of the day, that's kind of what we want. You know, what goals did you set up for yourself by the end of the year, and how can you get there with our support, with our help? So one of the things that I wanted to show you is we just relaunched our support platform. We had a community, if you remember, Emily, where you would join, and within that community, you would be able to get access to all of our templates, all of our PDFs, all of our training. You had access to all of our posts, our social media content. But we had some agents that were not able to get there all the time. So what we ended up doing is, and I'm going to share my screen right now. Let me share my screen. Let me know when you guys can see that.
We can see it.
All right. Okay, so if you need any support, if you need access to any of our meetings, if you need access to our resources, our additional resources that we make available to you, right? As part of being with Houstir, one of the things that we're going to do is we're going to be posting on your behalf, auto-scheduling content on social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. At a minimum, we recommend you have those in place, and our team is going to do all that work for you. Okay, you guys don't have to do anything, and that's going to provide consistency. In addition to all that content, we also have additional content on our support page. So going forward, we're going to send you a link where you can register for an account. But going forward, anything you need from us is going to be on this page, support.houstir.com. We're probably going to give you guys a new domain, something like houstirsupport.com, so it's easier to get there. But as of today, if you go to support.houstir.com, we're going to send you a link where you can register for a new account. And once you're here, you're going to have access to a few things. Let me change this a little bit. So when you get to resources, you're going to have access to all of our training. You have access to our meeting with today's meeting every Tuesday at 10, Coffee with Houstir. We also have our training on Thursday. And then we also have a lot of different study tools. We call it study tools. They're basically all of your scripts, all of our training PDFs, guides that we put together over the last 6-12 months. Anything that you guys need access to will be here. Most importantly, this is the support page that you're going to head to when you want to get paid. So as you know, there's two ways you can submit your files, right? We have either Glide, which we highly recommend you use Glide and get used to it. And of course, the other option is if you want to straight up use zip forms, you can request a link to a Google Drive that we can get you so you can upload all your files so that we can check compliance. 2 weeks prior to getting paid, you need to submit a CDA, commission disbursement form, so that we can approve it. The only way we're going to approve that is if you guys have everything compliant according to our checklist. So as soon as you guys have opening escrow, it's very important that you guys talk to us and get access to either the Google Drive link, or we'll give you access to a course that will show you how to set up Glide. Okay, so within this platform right here, you're going to click on this button and it's going to take you to request a CDA. Same thing. One of the things that we do in addition of posting content, auto-schedule content for you, our team, our marketing team is available for you in order to create additional digital marketing for you, right? Open houses. You have you need an open house flyer, our team can handle that for you. You need a just listed flyer, our team can handle that for you. And the way you do that is going to this page, click on this button, and there's going to be a little form that you submit with the type of content, the address of the property, and things like that in order to get you that marketing content. Another thing that we just rolled out too is if you go over to our support page, we want to be able to handle your requests, your questions faster. And because of that, what we've done is we created a ticketing system. You are more than welcome to text us. You're more than welcome to send us an email. Anything that you guys send us, we'll it will automatically create a ticket so that we can follow up and follow through with every request that you guys have. By creating a ticket, you have different options. Let me quickly walk you through it. So when you come up here, there's going to be a form where you're going to select what type of ticket you're creating, right? Whether you need help with the CRM, you need help with the website, you need help with digital business cards, marketing, onboarding, MLS, transaction support, anything like that, you can come here, create a ticket, and our team will take care of that for you. As a ticketing system, we'll make sure that everything is closed, all your questions are answered. You can still send us an email, and of course, you can still text us. By texting us, you can text us from this platform as well. As you can see on the bottom right side, you can text us. You can text us directly, as always. By texting us to this number as well, it makes it just a little bit more visible to every team member. It's visible by myself, it's visible by David, the broker, and team. So whenever you use a ticket creation system or you text us directly from the support platform, we're just going to have more eyes on this thing, on your request. Okay. So we have also, right? We do have additional 2 meetings that we're going to start. We're doing for Q&A on the CRM. If you guys are not using the CRM, or if you are and you have questions, we have a course that will walk you through everything you need to do in there. However, if you guys need additional support, we have 2 meetings every single week, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9 a.m., where you can jump in, and Luis is going to be handling those meetings. He's handling those meetings, and you can just go in there and ask any questions you have. You can also schedule Zooms with the team, right? If you need any additional support, if you need to connect your social media to the CRM, you can join on a scheduled Zoom. You can join us on a Tuesday or Thursday. Luis takes over your screen and he does all the back end work. It's important, guys, that you guys take advantage of all the resources that we give you access to so that you can get branded and more visibility. Now, in addition to the resources that we make available to you, we have additional content that we've created for you. We have memes that you can post. You can go here, download those memes from here. We have additional banners, different stories, and we've also created a lot of reels, simple reels that are available. You know, they talk about the buying, the selling process, but this is just giving you additional content that you can start posting. Okay, that is what we wanted to show you guys today. Again, the team is going to send you a link where you can register for an account so that you can get access to this and get the support you need. Are there any questions about any of this stuff? No questions. Nothing. You guys are good? All right, I'm gonna give the floor to David now. He's gonna talk a little bit about what you should be doing as an agent if you guys want to increase your business, things that you need to do daily in order to get more, like, fill up your pipeline. All right, give me a second. I'm gonna stop sharing.
All right, guys. I just wanted to make sure that you guys are doing a few simple things on a daily basis in order to really start driving your business, your traffic, your eyeballs, your view, your sphere of influence, the things that power your business daily. When I first started in the business, I didn't make a dime for almost 18 months. And then the next 12 months, I absolutely killed it, did incredibly well. And one of the reasons for that was that I was planting seeds every single day in my sphere of influences head, right? I was staying top of mind with them. In the very beginning, there's a lot of newer agents in the very beginning that don't have too much confidence or trust from people around them, from their sphere of influence, because they're doing something new, right? If your business or your career was creating beautiful art, or serving great ice cream, that's what people know you for. They're going to go to you for ice cream because you've been creating ice cream for years, or they're going to go for you for a piece of art because you've been an artist for many years and now have credibility in the art world or in the ice cream world or whatever it may be. It doesn't even matter what industry or what it is. We don't have the credibility yet, especially in the beginning. There's a lot of agents, a lot of you guys that are actually out there that have been in the business for 10, 20 years, 5 years, 3 years, 7 years, but don't have that credibility yet. And I'm going to tell you exactly why you don't have that credibility and why you need to build it in order to make this an effective, profitable venture for you. Not only do us real estate professionals, 99% of real estate professionals, in my opinion, love what they do. They love to help homeowners gain homeownership, and they love to help homeowners move on to their next form of homeownership or sell their home and move on to the next phase of their life. We love doing that. It excites us. It motivates us. It does a ton of different things for us, just like it does for your customer, for your client. So with that said, I think at the end of the day, just more people need to know, understand that this is what you're doing, this is your profession, and that you are the best person, the most knowledgeable person for them to work with. And one of the biggest things that I found is not necessarily them knowing what you do or thinking they know what you do, but making sure they see what you're doing on a daily basis. That's the most important thing, because if you're a real estate professional, or if you're a doctor, if you're a lawyer, but nobody really sees what you do, nobody really understands what you do, I don't know if you're going to have that credibility. You just really don't have the credibility, right? They might see you walking out with the scrub if you're a doctor, or they might see you walking out in a suit, but they don't really know what you do. They're not really confident in what you do. And a lot of our spheres of influences, I'm gonna bring it back to myself, knew me as a different person. They knew me as a person that maybe was very outgoing, very social, not so serious most of the time, right? I wasn't that ideal person that, well, I don't know if I want David to help me make the biggest purchase of my life. I don't know if David's the best person to make the biggest sale of my life. Somebody buying or selling a home is making one of the biggest purchases or biggest sales of their life. They will never have a larger sale in their life unless they sell their next home at a different point in their time. They will never make the larger purchase usually in their lifetime unless they buy another home at some point of their life. That's the reality. And if you're trying to help somebody with the largest purchase, financial purchase, or financial investment of their life, whether it's a purchase or a sale, then you need to portray yourself that way, right? Until you gain that confidence in people, until you have the credibility in people. I can walk in any room in shorts and flip-flops, and I have that credibility now. But it took me almost 15 years to build it. And I'm going to give you guys probably the most valuable piece of information of how to build the same credibility that I built in my area over 15 years with probably some of the most successful business owners in my local area. And I'm going to help you do it in 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. That quick, because it doesn't take very much in today's day and age. We need to make sure we're seen. We need to make sure we're gaining the credibility of the sphere of influence that we already have. We already have a sphere of influence. They need to know, understand, like you, and trust you, right? Most people already know you. Most people already kind of like you or sort of like you. if they're following you and if they're commenting on your different things, if they're engaging with you, interacting with you, well, they kind of like you or they think you're an okay person or whatever it may be. Now they just need to know what you do. Now, the quickest form for you to do what I did in 15 years is social media, obviously. It's being out there and making sure that people know what you do, making sure that people understand what you're doing. So what took me 15 years to gain in my local market with some of the largest business owners, financial guys, different people that come to me to do different things or come to me for advice or come to me for questions or concerns or answers or whatever it may be. I want you to do it in 6 months, 3 months, 12 months. And you can. Fortunately, you can do it these days with social media, with an online presence, having a good online presence. I know that there's a few people that I've worked with in the past, and one of the biggest things that I've always said is make sure you're consistent. Make sure you're consistent. If you look at a lot of my content has gained really, really, really high level of consistency. A lot of people think that we need to put out, and I was the same way, we need to put out the best content, the cleanest content, the best edited content, the best side, right? When we take pictures, we want, oh, take a picture of the left side, not the right side, right? It's a lot of the time that's what we do because, hey, I'm cuter on this side. Hey, I'm more, right? Oh, you can see my wrinkles. At the end of the day, it's about consistency. It's about making sure that people are seeing what you're doing because they're not always focused on what you look like. They're more focused on what the hell you're saying or what the hell you're doing, right? When I'm looking at different people's stories and stuff online, what is this person doing? What are they doing? I don't know if I like that, what they're doing or not. Well, I can relate to that. You know, they look like they work really hard. They're doing a bunch of things and now they're enjoying themselves a little with some friends and family, having a couple drinks. Okay, that's relatable. Emily's picture here has her with the glass of, if you look at it, has her with the glass of wine in her hand. That's relatable. People love to go to dinner, have a glass of wine, right? It's totally relatable. It's totally something that you can post on social media and people are gonna like or comment, interact, and be like, hey, hey, I like doing that. I can relate to her. She's having a good time. She has a smile. She has a glass of wine in her hand. It's nice restaurant behind her. You know, that's what it's about. So when you're doing social media, I'm gonna call it doing social media. When you're doing the things that are gonna take you 3, 6, 12 months to do that I had 15 years to do because I had to go face to face with my tax preparers and, hey, how are you? My name's David. You know, let's work together. I can do this, I can do that. Hey, Mr. Insurance guy. Hey, here's a client. Get insurance for my client. By the way, let's have lunch. Let's grab a drink. Let's do those different things. It took me almost 15 years to build a lot of these relationships, to gain the consistency and the type of business that I've always wanted, which was a business that inflows, not necessarily me doing so much outflow, even though I still do tons of content, but the tons of content that I do gives me a inflow of business. It reminds people what I do, but I've already gained a lot of confidence, a lot of trust in the community. I've already done a lot of these different things because I've been out there and people say, oh, okay, David's really actually doing it. David's really in the industry. When I first started in the business, my mom didn't even believe that I was doing real estate. She was like, my son? My son's a vago. He's a troublemaker a little bit. You know, he likes to party. He likes to go out there and have a good time. I don't know if he really knows what he's doing in the world of real estate. How is he gonna help me make the biggest purchase of my It took my mom a couple of years to gain confidence and trust and credibility in me. Her son that she loves with all of her heart, probably the kid she loves the most. If you want to look at it that way, right? So with that said, it's going to be the same thing with you guys, but now I'm helping you guys cut that curve down to 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. And it's really, really easy to do it these days. There's been a few people that I've worked with that have started doing it. And you need to keep doing it at a higher level. You need to keep doing it even more every single day. I was talking to Adriana that's on here a couple days ago. She's one of the newer agents that just came in with us, and she's been in the business for a few months, and you know she's worked with a few people, and I told her, like, you're really, really good on social media. You have a really, really good presence. You have a lot of good things going for you. Now we just need to help get that credibility for you to explode your business and take it to the next level. And one of the biggest things that you can do is just stay consistent with the content. Stay consistent with the content and the topic. If you're doing 2 or 3 things because you're trying to maintain, because a lot of the agents that work with us do 2 or 3 things because real estate might be a part-time thing with some people, or some people are doing other things to supplement their income or whatever you're doing. You need to stay consistent with everything you're doing. Make sure that people know every single day, hey guys, I do real estate. I can help you with all of your real estate needs. I know the real estate market. I know what's going on here locally. I understand what you're going through as a first-time home buyer. I understand what you're going through as a seller that just got divorced, or as a seller that's moving to another state because of X reason, because of a job, because of lower prices, because of family, or whatever it may be. And how are you going to do that? How are you going to show them or tell them that you understand them, that you can relate to them, that you can connect with them? You have to show them on social media these days. Do you share more stories? Do you watch more stories? Do you look at more people's posts? Or do you call them more often? It's a good question, right? Like, do you talk to people on the phone more? Or are you squirreling more? If the answer is you're squirreling more, for all of us, that's probably the right answer. Then you need to show them more on there and connect with them there. And maybe even share some of these past experiences you had with different people and tag them. Maybe even show them, hey, this is what I'm doing. A lot of people, a lot of agents I work with, they say, hey, well, I don't have any clients. I don't know what to do. I can't really show anybody that I'm doing real estate because I don't have very much going on. Yes, you can. What can you do? You can do a property walkthrough. It's not that difficult. Go open up a property that's for sale, new listings, a listing that went pending, whatever it may be, and go do a walkthrough. Go do a preview. And you show everybody, hey, I'm previewing this property for a client or for myself. This is what it's priced at. This is the square footage. What do you think about it? I think it's a really good deal. I think it's priced well. Show them a video. Walk with them. Go live. Have a little confidence. It's okay if they see the left side or the right side. If I'm prettier on this side or I'm uglier on this side, it's okay. It's totally okay. When they meet you, they're going to see whether you're pretty or uglier anyways. When they meet you, they're going to see if that was really your bust. If they meet you, that's really going to see it. Was that his nose? Oh, shoot. Is he really that wrinkled? Oh, my goodness. Is he really missing some hair now? Is he going bald? Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. You just need to do it. It does not matter whether it's quote unquote good quality content, quote unquote bad quality content. I've always said that your biggest haters are your biggest supporters. What does that mean? Those are the people that actually watch your stories more, that look at your all of your stuff. I post videos, I post content, and maybe a lot of the people around me, they don't even like it or comment it. It's like random strangers or different people. But yet, when I got together this weekend to barbecue with maybe like 30 of my friends, every single one of those mofos was bagging on me or talking smack about me about a dumb video that I did or about something that I said. I'm like, oh, you motherfuckers, you guys watch my content, you look at it, you don't like it, you don't comment, but you know what I'm talking about? That's what content is meant to do. Whether they like it, whether they comment, doesn't matter. It's, did they see it? Did they start to have a perspective about you? Do they see you doing real estate every day? Doing real estate, what does that mean? It means showing properties, previewing properties, talking about different things going on in a transaction, talking about the good, talking about the bad shit. I just had an escrow fall out today. My buyer lost her job. I was really counting on, closing it for them and helping them get into their first home. And I was also counting on getting paid. And it didn't happen. So I'm moving on to the next deal. I'm going to really push. I'm hoping the best for them. Hope they come back. Hope we can make something happen. But I'm moving on to the next deal. Let's check out a few more properties. Or, hey, let's go look at a couple new listings that came out. I'm trying to get some ideas of what the listings in these areas cost because I'm looking to possibly list a property in this area. Hey, do you live in this neighborhood? This is what they're priced at in this neighborhood. You know, I probably have a buyer for you if you're interested in selling. I probably have a buyer for you if you're interested in selling. These are all things that you can tell people. These are all things that you can convey to people online. It's that easy. What took me almost 15 years to do to gain the credibility and stay top of mind with people can take you only a short few months. They say habits take about 45 days, 6 weeks to really become a habit, right? Going to the gym, eating better, whatever it may be. Well, it's the same thing with somebody's brain. If you train them in the next 6 weeks to know that you're in the real estate game, that you're doing this daily, that this is what you're doing, then now you start to gain that credibility. You start to gain that trust in just 6 short weeks. So what took me 15 years, you can do in 6 weeks. 6 weeks. I guarantee you. If you guys take on this challenge of 6 weeks and do real estate for 6 weeks straight, 6 weeks straight, 7 days a week, 6 weeks, you're posting content, even if it's content that you recorded the day before, even if it's pictures that you took the day before, even if it's content that's not the freshest. If you do this for 6 short weeks, you're going to change your real estate career. You're going to change your real estate career. Maria's that's on here right now was a little shy in the beginning when she was doing social media. And she's gained so much confidence over the past couple of years with her social media. And we've talked about it before, but she's probably somebody you might want to reach out to just to talk to for 30 seconds. She's really busy, but it took her a couple years to become really, really consistent. And I push her every day, like, Maria, you need to do more, you know? And she was talking to Roberto the other day, and Roberto called me. He's like, Maria's worried about her left side or her right side, or she wants the perfect lighting, right? Sorry, Maria, I'm burning you out. And I understand her completely because that's the way Maria is. Maria wants to be a perfectionist. Maria wants the transactions to go perfect. Maria wants her clients to get the best deal. Maria wants her clients to be protected. Maria wants to show the best part of her because she wants to show the best of her for her clients, to show them like, hey, you're getting the best of me and I'm going to do the best for you. But in this game of social media and staying consistent, they're not always expecting the best of us. They also want to show a little bit of the bad of us, a little bit of the bad boy, a little bit of the, hey, I'm not always perfect and I'm not always dressed up and my hair is not always the best. But they want to see that you're still doing it, that you have problems with your kids, that you have problems with different things, that you have bad things going on, that you have good things going on in your life, that you enjoy life as well. And Maria does a good job with a lot of those things. She shows that she enjoys going to concerts, doing different things. She shows that she enjoys and loves driving out with customers with clients to show them property or to put a for sale sign in front of their house. Those are the good things. Don't get me wrong, guys. Even after you've been doing this consistent for 6 weeks, I'm still going to push the hell out of you because more is more, not less is more, if that makes sense. With social media, more is more, not less is more. The more you do, the more consistent you are, the more eyeballs, not less is more, even if it's not perfect. Because, you know, the next day you can have this other real estate professional that starts doing more than you. They start getting more consistent than you. You start falling down. You start falling off the train. You start falling off, and the credibility and the consistency and the top of mind starts to fall in people's heads and brains, and now they're no longer going to call you. They might call this other person. I don't have all the right tools. I don't have all the right this. I don't have all the right whatever. That's why you have a team. That's why you work with Houstir. That's why you have a huge support staff that's here to help you and support you with that. At the end of the day, I need you guys to stay consistent and to do 2 or 3 or 4 real estate pieces of content every day. It could be a story, it could be a post. I'd rather you do a feed post than a few stories every single day for the next 6 weeks. I promise you guys that in the next 6 weeks, if you do this, your entire life's going to change. Your entire outlook on the real estate industry, the entire outlook that real estate's horrible right now, that interest rates are too high, that nobody qualify, all these different things, all these misconceptions are gonna. I don't even want to be part of the misconceptions because I'm just climbing. I'm just doing my thing. I'm doing me. I'm doing me. And that's what will happen over the next 6 months. My goal with this concert is to help one of my Hollywood artists to buy or sell. Yeah, Maria wants to, she's been telling me for the last few months, like her goal is to start helping these artists, be the agent for these artists, for these different musicians, for these different singers, for these different people in Hollywood, so to speak. That's her goal. She wants to be that agent. She wants to be the agent that they call. And they say, hey, let me call Maria. Let me see what she thinks. Let me call her for advice. And then all of a sudden, she's going to get one of them as a client. And she's going to do a great job because she's a great agent. And after she does that, they're going to talk well at that dinner table when they're with their friends that are also artists or musicians. They're like, hey, Maria, help me if you have any clues. Here's her number if you want. Let me send a group message real quick. I'll introduce you. And then all of a sudden, she has 2 and 3 artists. And then all of a sudden, that spider web starts expanding. Be very intentional with what you do every single day for the next 6 weeks. Very intentional. Have the intention of showing people that you know what you're doing, that you're doing it, and that you're credible. And you show them a little bit about your life and what you do and who you are. You do those things over the next 6 weeks, I promise you, your life is going to change. Is there anything else, Roberto, that you wanted me to go over? Xiomara, were you guys planning on anything else? Are you guys good? Do I have any quick questions before we do a quick Q&A? See if there's any other questions or comments or anything that I can let me see. Let me look at questions. You can ask questions again. Cool. What was that?
So one of the questions that we had is, as a new agent, can you represent yourself?
I guess one of the new questions we had from another agent a few days ago that Roberto was telling me is, as a new agent, can you represent yourself? I'm going to touch on this for a minute real quick. Super important. In general, as a real estate professional, your clients are your buyers and sellers. But are you your own client too? Should you be thinking about it that way as well? Should you be thinking like, hey, I need to purchase property. Hey, I need to find a property to flip. I need to find a good deal to buy, to hold long term, or even to live in because maybe you don't own a home. You need to think of yourself also as your own client. I never did that for the first 5-7 years of my career. I made a huge mistake. After I started thinking about myself as a client as well, as being an investor, being a buyer, being a seller, is when things changed even more for me. Not only was I making my income from helping buyers and sellers, but I was making the additional income, an extra income stream from buying, flipping, holding, renting, all of these different things that I started doing. So all of a sudden, my income went from here to way up here. That's one of the biggest things that you can do is also think about yourself as a client. And yes, as a real estate professional, you can represent yourself in a real estate transaction, not an issue. You need to disclose it. You could be your own real estate agent. You could be a real estate agent for a family member. There's not an issue. You could make commission as well. Not an issue. Not an issue at all. I know things are changing. In the next couple of weeks, we're going to do some trainings on the new forms and the way you're going to have to structure it, the way you're going to have to talk to people or whatnot. But nothing's really changing at the end of the day. Nothing is really changing. It's just how you approach things and the few different disclosures that you might need to get signed. That's it. All right, guys. We're gonna let you guys go. I appreciate all of you guys for coming on here today. I hope you guys gained a little bit of inspiration, not motivation. I always say that motivation lasts 20 minutes and inspiration lasts a lifetime. So make sure that you're around people that inspire you. You're also around people that you can inspire, because even though we're not in the position maybe we want to be in, we also inspire a lot of people around us because of our drive, our hustle, our motivation, our courage to keep moving forward. We're also a motivation. We're also an inspiration for people. So let's get inspired. Be around people that inspire you, and let's make it happen. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much. We will see you guys. We're going to be sending out messages on the trainings that are going to start happening over the next few days. We're going to have a couple, at least 2 or 3 a week. Roberto and the team are going to put together, and we'll see you guys soon.